Alright guys, today I want to talk a bit about Kremlin. This ship is pretty good. It's by far the tankiest battleship in the game. Um, that's down to its armor, which I think we all know is the best in the game, along with the fast-acting damage controls. Despite only having 5 of them, you just are able to pop them almost on cooldown, and you live for so much longer than other battleships do, just because you're not eating all that fire damage. And because your armor, you're not taking nearly as much raw pen damage. On top of that, you have 108,000 HP, which is kind of nuts. And these guns, I find to be kind of the low point of the ship. You see how I've done a ton of damage to that Zal already, like 30k. This game is a bit of an anomaly, I would say. I find these guns to be kind of like shotguns at this point. When the ship first released, I found them to be incredibly accurate and a lot of fun to use. I actually really had a ton of fun with this ship when it first came out. But after that first month or two, they nerfed it down, and it's no longer what it used to be. You're still really strong at holding pushes here. This is a very short video. I just wanted to show you how strong this ship can be if it's put in the right situations. With a little more support, I think I could have won this flank. Unfortunately, my team decided to kind of just YOLO in and die, or just run away from me. So it didn't really help me that much, but there you can see how to Citadel a Republic. Just as a quick side note, just aim for that front turret or the back turret, and you can Citadel them when they're broadside. I don't think very many people know that, so yeah, it's not a German turtleback, that's for sure, on the Republic. So yeah, Kremlin, you want to be close to things. This ship really excels when you're close because, like I said, the guns are not the most accurate things in the world. The other issues with the Kremlin are, of course, the AA. This game we don't have to deal with it, but when there is a carrier, you're incredibly weak to the carriers. I would say more so than other battleships, simply because your AA all breaks. Sure, you have 6.6 kilometers of AA, you have some of the best AA DPS in the game, but a few HE salvos and suddenly it's all gone. Which is really frustrating to deal with. I don't know why there's so much module damage in the game, but it really hurts this ship quite a lot. The other nice thing is the torpedo belt. You have pretty much the best torpedo belt in the game at this point. A lot of people would say Yamato's is better, but Kremlin's reaches so much farther on its ship. Yamato's is just so small and narrow that you don't really get to use it that much. Yeah, you're going to see some of the strengths and the weaknesses of this ship and the guns here. Sure, I'm dealing a lot of damage to battleships, but I find against cruisers, I often overpen if they're broadside. I don't find that I deal huge amounts of damage to cruisers unless I get lucky. So, as you can see, we lost quite a bit of health there in a very short amount of time. So this ship isn't immune to taking damage like a lot of people think it is. I'd say in that last minute we took nearly 60k HP in damage. Of course, we are fighting a lot of ships here. As you can see, we're basically alone versus their whole team. Which is, it's fair that I take a lot of damage, but this ship is nowhere near the invulnerable beast that a lot of people think it is. You do take a lot of damage if you're focus fired by a lot of enemy ships, especially if they just spam HE at you. It's been a theme of my videos, I think, but I'm really not a fan of people that just spam HE from the back of the map. It just seems like such a low skill kind of gameplay style, but it does work, which is really frustrating for me because it takes no skill and you can deal a ton of damage that way and kill linchpin ships that way. It's really frustrating. So as you can see, my teams all died around me. I don't know how my destroyer died. I really don't. I was pretty sad to see the way this game went, because this could have been awesome if I just had a destroyer spotting and torping. That literally would have made this so much easier. Now I'm thinking about leaving, so that's why I've backed up at this angle here, because I'll just get YOLO rushed by their destroyers, and there'll be nothing I can do about it. And that's why I have to go. Normally you'd think of staying, but since the Thunder has turned in so hard, it actually allows me to turn away without revealing too much of my broadside. And he likely won't Citadel me at these angles. Borgone's far enough away that his AP is not really much of a threat. It's possible for him to Citadel me at these ranges, like 12 kilometers, but as soon as we get to 14 or 15 kilometers, the Borgone actually can't Citadel you, even if you're flat broadside, which is pretty nice. So at range you are very tanky. The problem is your guns at those ranges is not very good. As you can see, torpedoes still deal a ton of damage, and see, like, just a little bit of help on these two DCs would have gone a long way for me. But you can see how much damage I take just from that. Kuznetsov, of course, is what you want to run on this captain, because he activates at around 10,800 HP. That's the highest you can get him to activate at. And he lets you live a lot longer. Unfortunately, this game doesn't allow you to punish cruisers at 10 kilometers for some reason. So this booster will just kill me, because HE is king. And especially small caliber, high DPM HE is king. So yeah, that was Kremlin. I don't really like this ship that much. I don't like playing it. It's just it's a tank is all it is. It tanks damage a little bit better than other battleships, but I don't find that its guns are worse than a lot of other battleships in the game. As you can see, we didn't even hit that booster, which is kind of crazy. So it's a good ship for tanking, but I really don't like the guns. So yeah, that's just a short little video on the Kremlin, and thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day.